Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Stevie's upset a lot of people. What a massive surprise.
What have you done?
Yesterday, he blamed Pep for Arsenal not winning the league. Because he said basically Arteta spent too much time with Pep, learnt his coaching techniques, and there's too much faffing. Needs to be more penetrative. Did you truly blame Pep for Arsenal's problems on yesterday's show? And Dan, how did you let him get away with it?
I didn't blame anybody. I just said that.
Spent too much time with
I
Pep,
just
that's
said
what you
that
said.
when you've got two sides, right now,
Did you say he spent too much time with Pep?
I didn't say he spent too much time with anybody.
I think so. I think you did.
I didn't say that.
All right, okay, what did you say?
I said, with him being a disciple of Pep, which is a completely different thing.
Oh, yes?
Yeah.
Disciples very different
Well,
to spending time.
you went to university, you should know about the English language, Dan.
Right. I would think a disciple spent quite a lot of time with Jesus. Did they not?
What are you talking about?
Well, you know what disciple...
I know what to say. Aye, okay. Aye. So he's saying that Pep's Jesus.
What?
That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying
You
that's
just said that. You just said Pep was Jesus. That's what you said.
This is so good.
Really? This is Dan Thomas. Dan Thomas.
Exactly. Now, which of the disciples is Arteta?
No, it's just when you look at the way they both keep the ball in certain areas, in my opinion, too much, too often at the wrong time.
Right.
Then you shouldn't be surprised because they spent a lot of time with each other, particularly as a disciple.
Right, okay.
One of them.
Right. Anything you'd like to add, Shaka, to this?
No.
Are you sure?
No, I'm
Hey,
sure.
you can just make stuff up.
No,
right, Just make something up and then...
Put head in your shop.
For the lads, PK's
Hilarious.
proposal, imagine if teams didn't get a single point for a goalless draw. He's looking to revolutionise the game. He doesn't want people being rewarded.
Who
for
came
going
up with
out.
this?
This is Gerard Piqué, used to play for Barcelona. I think it would be discourage the bunker mentality. What pros and cons do you see with this? 0-0?
Who's it going to discourage?
The team that want to park the bus.
Well, I think you should think of the reason why they're parking the bus.
Right.
The reason they're parking the bus is because they can't win toe-to-toe.
Well, then they don't deserve a point then, do they?
So then again, somebody's come up... excuse me. Somebody's come up with a great idea to make it easier for the better teams. Surprise, surprise.
Oh. You're not...
Absolute
signing up
garbage.
to this, huh?
You're not a
Absolute
disciple of this?
nonsense.
You're not a disciple.
Not a disciple of this.
Well, clearly PK's never played in a team that have been basic underdogs, I don't imagine. Because
United were good when he was there.
when you go, you know, like I'll give you a good example. So when I was at Sheffield Wednesday, we were playing Liverpool at Anfield, and we were on the way there, and David Pleat came up to me and said, "Do you think we should have a go at them today?" And I'm like, absolutely not, 100% not. That's what they want you to do.
Right.
Liverpool wanted us to go at them because they knew if we did and went toe-to-toe, we'd leave gaps and then they would beat us comfortably. So I don't know where Piqué's coming from with this at all.
No. Jack, what do you think?
I agree with Steve. So, to put it in perspective, let's say Leicester come up against Liverpool and Leicester somehow come up with this incredible defensive plan. Shouldn't they, given the position in the table that they're in, shouldn't they be rewarded at least with a point for that defensive plan? There's two sides to a game, defending and attacking, and you've got to respect both.
Shaq, who should Arsenal target in the summer to be their new number 9?
I don't know. Who's out there?
Well, Isak, I think is the obvious one, isn't it?
Nah, leave Isaac alone.
Why?
Just leave Isaac alone.
Not to do with Newcastle.
Premier League experience.
Just leave Isaac alone.
Stevie, who would you go for if you were...
Osimhen.
Probably Osimhen, aye.
Yeah?
If you get him at the right price.
If you
If
can't
you get him at the right
Isak,
price.
I think Isak.
Can't get Isaac.
Isak would fit in with
No, Isaac.
Yeah.
Isaac.
any good team.
No, Isaac.
Any
Isaac
good
wouldn't
team.
fit.
As with
Isaac wouldn't
Osimhen, but I think Isak,
No, Isaac.
particularly the fact that now he's got...
I wouldn't.
He knows exactly
You said he's
what's
the
going
best
on.
striker in the world, didn't you, a couple of weeks ago?
I didn't say that.
I think you did.
I didn't.
I think we were discussing the best...
No.
What did you say?
Centre forward.
Right.
What's that about?
Why is the centre forward
Why did you
different
look
to
at
a
the sky?
striker?
Why did you look at the ceiling?
Why is the
there?
centre forward different to a
Oh, well,
striker?
because it's why they call it a different name then? Why has it got two names?
Just different things. It's like a coach
Oh, is
and a
that
manager.
so? It's a different
isn't it?
thing.
It's like
You
a
just
coach and
said.
a manager.
You
It's the
just
same
said
thing.
it's the same thing, but it's different things.
It's like disciple and
It's
follower.
just said it's
two
different
names.
things.
So centre forward and striker's different.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Let's leave him alone.
Holland.
Let's leave his act alone.
Netherlands.
Holland.
Holland and Netherlands, right?
Jacuzzi and hot tub.
Well, they're the same. They're the same thing, but they've got different names.
What's happening?
Yesterday, the guys talked about the biggest and smallest pitches they played on.
Right.
But what was the weirdest pitch ground you played at? And what made it so odd?
Did you ever play in the any baseball stadiums in MLS?
Yeah, DC. God.
Baseball stadiums.
Because all the dimensions I imagine are all higgledy-piggledy.
All over the shop. All over the place. Yeah, it's weird.
I'll tell you what's weird to it. We used to play, Toronto Big, we used to play a lot of our games at the Queen's Park Oval, which is a cricket club. It was a cricket pitch. So
Similar
it was,
thing, yeah.
so first of all, as with most cricket pitches, the actual batting surface is raised
Yes.
to allow,
Yep.
allow for drainage. But then, because they don't want to run across the pitch, they put the football field to the side of it. So now,
You wouldn't run over the wicket.
so we wouldn't run over the wicket. But now, to your point about playing in a baseball stadium, so now this, cricket is round, cricket field is round, and then the pitch is off to one side. So it's
I suppose you could fit a pitch on there.
kind of
It just messes with your eyes.
right. It's just so weird. You're not in the middle of the area,
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird.
Speaking of messing with your eyes, what was it like when at Gillette when there were football markings down for soccer games?
Oh, yeah.
That must have been weird.
Played a few of them too. I played with them.
Not as weird as the baseball thing.
Oh, it wasn't like you
Well,
kind
you
of
kind of get used to it, though.
right.
Yeah.
You kind of get used
Yeah,
to it.
it's not a big deal.
It's not ideal, but it's not as big a deal as you think it would be.
I've only experienced that baseball thing once at DC, and that's
Right.
weird. That's just weird.
Stevie, when Liverpool win the league, do you think it makes it more or less likely that Salah stays?
The last team.
I don't think it makes any difference, to be honest.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. I looked at my crystal
I don't think
ball.
Oh,
it-
really,
I
Shaq?
don't think it makes any
I
difference.
have a brand new crystal ball,
Do you?
and he's staying.
Considering the state of your power rankings, then people may
I
not.
was with my old crystal ball.
Oh, I see.
Fuck, I knew
Right,
it.
what's the crystal ball say about this, Shaq? Nottingham Forest percentage chance of Champions League qualification.
47.
47%.
Yeah.
Okay. Stevie,
Yeah, 40.
40. You're
That's
lower.
quite high.
No, not. It's not. It's less than 50%.
Yeah, I know, but let's be honest. We're talking about Nottingham Forest here, a team that everybody thought was going to get relegated, maybe, or would be in the relegation.
You mumbled
fight.
a little bit there. You kind of drifted off. What happened?
40%, I think. If I said 40% at the start of the season, you would have went, you're off your knock.
Yes, but
off
we're
your
not at the
rocker.
start. We're not at the start of the season.
Oh, I've noticed.
We've got 10 matches
Yeah,
to go.
I have noticed that.
Right, good.
Thanks for reminding
So
me.
therefore, it's a completely irrelevant
Yeah,
point.
no, thanks for reminding me though.
40%.
40%.
Final question. Dan, start, bench or drop? Who among the ESPN FC crew is most likely to say something inappropriate on the show? Frank, Jan or Don?
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know why I was most.
Jan is
Jan is most.
When Jan came on, he started with us when we were during the pandemic. So he'd swear quite freely
Really?
at times.
Really?
Yeah, they would have
I
to
would
get...
have thought Frank,
No, Frank's not bad. As long as he doesn't have to say focus too much, he's all right.
Oh, all right. Oh, fair. Yeah. Because we've spent time with Frank off air.
Yeah,
and
but-
you're never quite sure what's going to come out next.
Yes, yeah, that's very true. But also to the gentleman to our left, you could say the same about. However, he switches a switch
Yeah.
when he comes on the air most of the time. And once again, we're just pleased that he left Twitter.
You're not going to bring up the conversation we had earlier
Which conversation?
on the way here?
I don't remember it.
No?
No.
I'll remind you afterwards.
All right, okay, good. Probably best. And Don's fine. Don doesn't know what day it is, so it's fine. Doesn't know what's
Don's
going.
looking awful pale these days.
Do you think so?
Aye.
Yeah.
The last show I watched, I thought, it looks awful white.
Oh dear.
No, son.
It was like pale.
Where's Don? Merseyside?
Mind you, he's Scottish, I guess.
Why would you think that?
What did you say there?
He's not Liverpool.
Isn't he in Sussex? Isn't he around London?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think so.
I have no. I just thought he went back up there.
Why? He's from Newcastle.
He's from Hartlepool.
I don't know. I just played for Liverpool and Everton. I thought that's where he felt at home.
Oh, that's all right.
That's what I thought.
Right, that brings us to the end of today's show. Thank you to my special disciples, Shaka and Steve.
Yeah.
Me and Shaka back tomorrow for Aston Villa against Cardiff.
You said Pep was Jesus.
Why would you say that?